everybody, it's Micheline from Micheline Makes here, and let's start with this thing here in the back. This is the calendar, the quilting calendar. I'll put a piece before this that takes you up to February the 1st, 2nd. We are now on February, what date are we on? If I can find my phone, we are on the 5th, Wednesday the 5th. 22nd, which is today's date, shows you the letter R. I'll take you up to the whole of this pattern. 23rd takes you to the exclamation mark. 24th to the snowflake, which is on the top row. 25th and 6th to the penguin. 27th to those little patterns there. 28th to the trees. 29th to the snow. And 30th to the little squares at the bottom. And the 31st takes you to those trees on the top there. And I do believe that's it, so I'm not going to take you any further until we reach the 1st or 2nd of February. I've just told you about the previous dates for this quilting calendar, so today I'm going to show you the ones for Saturday the 1st of February until Tuesday the 4th. Now today is Wednesday the 5th, but I'm not going to show you that one because that goes on for 3 or 4 days, so I might wait until I've gone right through the whole one. This one, I do like this one. This is the cobblestones quilt. That's the cobblestones quilt. It's really, really nice. I like the colour scheme. And this measures 62 inches by 70. The block size is 8 inches by 8 inches, and there's 42 blocks. That is really, really nice. And basically it tells you, that's the weekend one, telling you about it. Monday the 3rd of February shows you the block with the square, and Tuesday the 4th of February shows you the block with the diamond. And basically, since it consists of nothing but squares and diamonds, you can easily put that together. At least if you're a quilter you can. Whether you can do it if it's me, that might be a different question. So that one, I'm going to stop on the Wednesday the 5th. I'll let you see that the next time I do a vlog. Trying again to get a few in, but I've got a long weekend this weekend with grandchildren, so it might be a bit of a tight squeeze because I've got 2 boys this weekend. I've got the little brother and the big brother, while Mummy and Daddy go away for a weekend down to where we've just been to, where we took my mother-in-law to, and I must quickly tell you about that. Bless her, she loved every minute of it, and she kept saying, "Oh, I can't get over this place." It was a cottage that we were in, lovely cottage, and she kept saying, "It's a lovely cottage, it's really, really nice. Oh, I love this cottage."
I've never been in to a building as good as this. I've been in a house.
Yeah, it's really nice, is it?
Oh, I think it's really, really lovely. You've so much space.
Yeah. And so what we also did was we decided we wouldn't cook. We wouldn't do any cooking. We'd just have cups of tea and a biscuit if she wanted one, or have our breakfast there. But the people who had the cottage also had a pub, which was down the road. So the food was beautiful. So we decided we'd go for a meal there. And we arrived on the Saturday, so we went for a meal Saturday lunchtime. Then we booked to go, just for ease of convenience with it, we booked to have our evening meal there on the Saturday night, and then we booked to have our Sunday lunch there. And then we just made ourselves a little light tea for the Sunday evening, and the Monday morning we had breakfast, and then off we went. We went for our meal on Saturday lunchtime, and she said, "Oh, it's a lovely place." Saturday evening we went to the same place, and as we were approaching the door to the pub, she goes, "This is a lovely place. Have you been here before?" And I said, "Yes, I have, and so have you." "I haven't been here before," she said. I said, "Yes, you have, Mum. You've been here before." So I walked in, she says, "Well, I can't remember." Then the Sunday we went for our Sunday lunch, and as we were approaching the door of the pub, she goes, "This looks a lovely place. Have you been here before?" And I said, "Yes, and you've been here twice." have I don't remember. So I felt it was sometimes like being with a goldfish in a goldfish bowl where they go round and round, and you feel as if they say that they've got short memories. And bless her, it was dead funny, because as we were driving from her home, we passed the village where her sister used to live. Her sister has died. Her sister died of dementia a few years back. And she keeps saying, I used to live there. And we said, no, you didn't live there. Your sister lived there. No, I lived there. And of course, she was in the front seat, passenger seat. I sat behind, and Brian was driving. And he kept saying, no, Mum, he's driving on. He's going, no, Mum, that's not where you lived. It's where Auntie Flo lived. And she went, no, she didn't. I lived there. And he said, no, Mum, Auntie Flo lived there. And she went in a sulk because she was adamant that she lived there. And I said, what was your house like, Mum? And she says, it was a semi-detached house. And Brian said, well, we used to live in a semi-detached house, but it wasn't there. Yes, it was. So we quickly got her off the subject, bless her. But having said that, the whole weekend she loved it. We relaxed. It was absolutely wonderful. We drove to Filey, which is a seaside resort, and because it's winter, normally it would be absolutely full of people, but because because not many were there, we had a little walk along the promenade. The beach was almost empty, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. She took her walker with her, and she started to feel a bit cold towards the end. This is Mrs. W. And where have you been?
I've been for my dinner.
Had your dinner?
Yes.
Have you had a nice meal?
Yes, oh, it's very good.
Are you staying in a nice house?
Oh, I'm definitely staying in a nice house with two very nice people.
With two very nice people. Who are they?
Oh, my son.
Your son.
And my darling daughter.
In-law. But I also have to tell you, I said to Brian a few years back, he said, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, well, I'd love to go on a course to do something. I said, something I've never done before. I said, something. He said, well, what kind of a course? I said, stained glass. I'd love to do stained glass. So then he surprised me this particular Christmas with he booked a stained glass course for me, and it wasn't far from where we were stopping. And at this stained glass course, I made this. It was a day course, and I made this stained glass window, and I loved that. I thought it was lovely. I was really pleased with it. The colour of these ones here, I don't know if you can see, but they're really they've got beautiful colours in them. It's a clear glass, but it's got pinks and purples in it, and it's with the intention. The reason why I want to do stained glass is I've got two little windows in the house that I'd like to do. They're pokey little windows, toilet windows and a bathroom window, and I'd like to do some stained glass to put in them. So I picked it up very easily. So anyway, when we were there, I knew they had a cafe there, so I said, I'll tell you what, should we take her for a drive to the stained glass place so she can see, because they also had a shop and you could see all the candle, the lampshades, all the standard lamps and lots of other things. There was lots of lovely things. And she's not normally one for touching things, but she couldn't stop picking things up. And he kept saying, Mother, will you put that down? Mother, will you put that down? And I was just kind of walking along, and all of a sudden I heard a crash. And he picked this up and she went, oh dear me, oh dear me. And he says, I think we're better. He said, he picked it up. He says, I think we're going to have to pay for that. He says, we'll have to take it and pay for it. So I took it and I said, right. I said, we'll pay for it. And it was this picture, which is here because she broke the glass. Can you see the glass is broken there? it was £25, and I went up to the lady and she didn't reduce it because I didn't expect her to, and I said, I'm going to buy this because I said my mother's broken it. She's dropped it and broken it, and I'll pay for it. And she said, oh dear me. And I said, don't worry. I said, we'll have it, and it's rather nice. And when we got home, my husband said, well, what are you going to do with it? And I said, I watch this program which a few of you also say you watch, which is called The Repair Shop. It's called The Repair Shop, and every time I sit and watch it, I keep thinking, I would love to work in that repair shop. I would love to be doing half the things. My father was a clockmaker and watchmaker, so when I see them doing the clock things, I love watching that. My brother-in-law in France, who was French, he used to make antique furniture, make replicas, and he made several really expensive antique furniture pieces for people who lived in chateaus. One of them in particular was one from the French Ministry office, and he had bought a chateau and he wanted all the furniture, and my brother-in-law made it. And he could take a rickety old chair and turn it into something beautiful. And so I often say, I'd love to be able to do something. So this was like an opportunity for me to see whether I can salvage this broken glass, and I'm sure I will, and turn it into something that might still look okay. So watch this spot, watch this, whatever you gotta watch, you watch it. I shall do something with it anyway. But I thought that was rather nice. But the thing is, I've got equipment to do this. I've got it at work, and I was saying to my husband, I said, I've got this equipment. All I need is a little kiln, and and that's something I keep forgetting to get. And I said, I've got all this glass, I've got the equipment to melt the glass. So, not that I will use that on this, but I would love to have a go at doing things like this. So I have acquired a picture, £25 broken glass picture, because Mummy had restless hands. Bless her. I mean, I wasn't annoyed. He said, are you bothered about that? I said, no, I really am not. Anyway, the top I'm wearing is an old one I made last year. It has some little pleats here, and it's actually based on a one I bought from the Asda, the supermarket Asda, years ago, about 4 years back, which was jersey, and it had little pleats in, and I quite liked the way it had the pleats. This is a crepe, like a polyester crepe. Not as nice. It probably would have worked better if it was in a jersey, because it keeps slipping from one side to the other, and I keep getting very irritated, whereas a jersey would hold itself to you a lot better. But I thought I'd taken lots of pictures of all the garments I made last year, and I hadn't realised that the camera wasn't working. I wasn't taking them all. So I shall do that again, and you'll be able to see some of the things that I've made. Now, I'm going to put a little piece in about something that Jenny Flake sent me, and it's going to go here. I've just received a parcel wrapped in beautiful pink duct tape, and I'm not going to show you my address, but on the other side it says Gadget Queen of the North. Now, I think I know who this is from, and I think she lives on the east coast in Essex, but let's find out if I'm right or wrong. I might not be. I started to open it, but it's tough, and I've got as far as this, and it says £8 in weight, and there's a handle. So let's have a look and see what it is. Well, there it looks. I can't really see what it is, but I think I've got a vague idea what it'll be. I think this is something that years ago my father had, and he was bragging about it, and I think this is it. And there's a little note to go with it. So let's look at this little note somewhere. Is that a little note there? Let's look at the little note. What does it say? It says, bright yellow note. Look what I found. Enjoy. And it's my friend Jenny Flake, who keeps sending me these little gadgets. I've still got a gadget to show you that she sent me, and I still haven't got round to showing you it. So this is another gadget, and I'll have to get it out to let you see. This is the gadget she sent me. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen. If I go over here, I get the shadow from the light above me. And it is exactly what I thought. It's a gadget my father had, and he said, do you know what this is? And do you know what it can do? I think I looked at it and I can't remember if I knew what it was, but he was so pleased with it because he said, you can do a lot of things with this. You can do a lot of things. And basically, there's a magnet on the end of there, and it can take up to 8 pounds in weight. So, and it's for when we get old, and he thought it was great because he said, I can sit in, because my father was although he was in his 90s, he used to do electronics, and he was also, he liked to do radio, what do you call it? Radio, amateur radio. He used to be an amateur radio, and he had a shack, a bit like I have a shed, and his shack had all sorts of things in. He used to do his clock repairs. Once he retired, he still carried on doing clock repairs, just like I've got tools in mine. He used to have tools in his, and if he dropped anything on the floor, didn't want to have to bend down. So this is a telescopic magnet, and this is the gadget. It's a telescopic magnet on the end. And my father was chuffed to bits with it because he said, oh, I can pick the things up on the floor when they go on the floor. And because he had a workshop, and he used to do, even in his latter years, he was, on the day he died, he was fixing a watch, and he was always doing things, making electronic equipment. In fact, one day I bought a violin, it was a brand new violin on eBay, and it was broken. The person said there's something wrong with it, the resistor's gone or something's gone, and he was put it up for sale, and I thought, right, I'm going to bid for this. And I got this, it was an electronic violin, and I got it for about £10. And I thought, wow, yes. So I think he was about 91 at the time. So I took this violin up to him, and I said, Dad, can you repair this? And he said, I will fix it. It is just something that needs fixing. And so he took it to pieces, and he asked me to get a part online for him, and I got the part, and he fixed it. And then he used to play the violin when he was a young lad, and well, all his life he's played the violin. And his favourite song was Sanson. And so I said, what does it sound like? He put it to his thing, and he played this thing, and he says, that violin is absolute rubbish. It's rubbish. And understandable, because the one that he had, whether it was real or not, it actually had the words Stradivarius inside it. And that went to my nephew, who played the violin. But the one that he had was an absolutely, such a rich sound. And of course this thing, this £10 violin, he says it is rubbish, but he said it will do for you. So anyway, this is a telescopic magnet. And what you do, well, some of you will know what you do, but it picks up things. Look at that. There's a little screwdriver, picks it up, and so you don't have to bend down. Now, as you get older, and it hasn't got to me yet, I am struggling sometimes, but as you get older, when you drop some pins on the floor, it's hard to pick them up. So this, by the side of your machine, mind, we'll have so many things by the side of the machine, we won't be able to move for all these gadgets. But this by the side of your machine will help you pick the odd little pin up that's on the floor. And look at this. Look, I think she got this from Poundland. But look at this. Turn that. What do you do? Look at this. You turn that, and it's even got a light. So if your eyesight's not very good and you can't find where that pin's gone, have I got any on the floor? Oh, I haven't got a pin, but I've got a piece of broken sewing needle. Oh no, it is a pin. Would you believe this? Remember my advent calendar? Well, in the advent calendar I got the German one. The German, was it? No, it wasn't. It was the sewing one, the hemline one. I got a little tin box, and inside the tin box was nothing, but I put these into it. These little these gold pins, gold coloured pins. And so one of those was on the floor. And watch this. If I'll turn the light off. This is you would automatically expect it to pick up your pins, and it's not picking it up. Look at that, it's not even sticking to it, which probably means that it's probably brass with silver coating. I think brass is not magnetic. Steel is, and it's just not, it's not sticking at all. So these pins aren't very good. This one does, this little one does. So having said that, I do like these pins. They are fantastic, those pins. I love the colour of them, the rose gold beads, and I find them handy. But if you dropped your tin box, look at that, strong. It can take quite I think it was an 8-pound weight, so it's really good for picking things up. If you drop that on the floor, you can pick it up. So this little present from Jenny Flake, and with a recommendation from my late father, is one of the best things that you could have by the side of your sewing machine if you are slightly older and find it very difficult to get down under the floor to fix things and pick things up. And actually, what else could it do? If you're looking for something, you don't want to stretch too far, could I? Oh, look at this. I can't reach, supposing I can't reach over there, I could pick up my hemostats and put them back in their drawer over there. Oh, I like that. It might not be magnetic, but I can pick them up that way. They are magnetic. That one's probably a little bit too heavy. But yes, that's very, very handy. Now then, another thing I want to tell you about. Quite a few episodes back, vlogs back, I told you I was going to call my sewing room the Fortress of Solitude, and I was going to make a sign for it. Well, I had time earlier on this month to make a sign, and because he was using the laser, so my intentions was to make a wooden sign and laser design it. But he was in the, we had a big order that he had to use the laser for, so I didn't have a chance to go on the laser and make it. So I decided to sublimate it, and I combined several pictures together, and I figured, well, I'm growing my hair back again. I'm going to grow it long again, because my kids have told me, and a lot of other people have said, your long hair suited you. And I made this. Now, I didn't make that. The actual wooden frame, this wooden plaque was one that we stock and sell. But this is the picture I put on it. The Fortress of Solitude. And because it's such a nice one, with that little old lady who doesn't look anything like me, but one day when my hair's long and I tie it up and I have my fancy glasses that I keep buying, and I have my makeup, and that might look a bit like me. I wish. But so this is probably, I've decided it's going to go up on my wall below my sign, the Fortress of Solitude. I think I'm really pleased with that. It's turned out better than I thought, and I was showing it to Debbie, who works with us, and she just laughed her head off. She said, oh my goodness me, that's fantastic. So yes, so that will go up on my wall. Now then, what else do I want to tell you? You all like this dress that I made from the ABBT with the Joy Bernhard's suggestion of the Dundee neckline. That I loved so much, and the colour I thought was really nice, that I went back and bought some more of a different colour, and I'll show you what I bought. I bought 2 lots actually. So this was now this is from Minerva Crafts, but they don't sell it on Minerva Crafts. They sell them. I got these via eBay, and I've looked on their Minerva Crafts site. This keeps dropping off my shoulders, and it's irritating, very irritating. They don't sell it on Minerva Crafts, but they do sell it on eBay. So I'm sure they may still have it. But this is the same fabric, but it's more of a brighter colour about it. And that's the one that I've made with the pinks and purples. This is a bright colour, and I probably will do the same as I did before. Make a make one of each, you know, a t-shirt with a hem, because I like them so much, you know, why change it when you like it? So I'll probably do a hemlock, grain line tee, and I'll probably do this ABB tee as well with a full body, full bust adjustment. So that's the one, that's one of them that I bought. I bought 2 meters, and the other one that I bought was this one, which was from, again from eBay, same fabric, different colour. Again, what did I buy? 2 meters as well. And this one is a grey blue. I'll hold this up to let you see. This is a grey blue with the upside down and the right way up people. And I just love the colour, I love the pattern, I love the style. So these are going to be tops again. Crinkle jersey, polyester jersey, and it sews up beautifully. It really sews up lovely. So that was, I've got 2 meters of this and 2 meters of the bright colour one. So you will be no doubt seeing me wearing something from in either of those, as well as that one that I've been wearing, the pinky purple one. So that's those. Then on eBay I wanted some nice jersey, and I wanted some jersey. I wanted to make a jersey top, but I wanted something that where the colour popped, and I found this fabric that on the website, it was from India, and when I read it, it said sweatshirt material, sweatshirt cotton it called it. And of course I then sent away for 2 meters, and it came to £12 all in with the postage from India. And when it came, I was kind of disappointed because it wasn't jersey. I think because the translator hadn't put the right words. It shouldn't have put sweatshirt, because it was just a cotton. But having said that, I got 2 meters of it, and I do like it. It's a lovely cotton. It's a really bright cotton, which will make a nice top for me, I think. I got 2 meters. 2 meters of this cost £12, which in a sense had it. I was basing it on the fact it was going to be jersey, so I thought, right, that's, you know, I don't mind paying £12. Not so sure I would have paid £12 for cotton, but having said that, it is very nice. So and I could get 2 tops out of this because it's so big. So slight disappointment. I started to write a letter to them through eBay and say, look, you've got your wording wrong, it's not sweatshirt. And then I thought, oh, should I bother? Is it worth it? But because they weren't really a fabric store, they sold a bit of everything, but this had caught my eye, the colour had caught my eye, and I thought, well, I just thought, no, I'm not going to bother. They may not even understand what I'm talking about. So yes, I've got this one. This is a very nice one that I had. So I'm very pleased with this. I'm pleased with the pattern, pleased with the colour, just disappointed it wasn't sweatshirt. I've got several things I want to tell you about, but they will be coming in the next few vlogs. And so in the meantime, till the next time,